After a cool morning here in central and eastern Kentucky, turned out to be a really nice Monday. Afternoon high surging into the low 70s in most locations thanks to a fairly strong southwest wind. Got a little weak boundary off to our north. A few sprinkles can't be ruled out. Mainly dry as you head to the polls tomorrow. Definitely get out there and vote. Now, jumping ahead to Wednesday, a record high here in Lexington, 77 set just 3 years ago in 2020. That looks to be in jeopardy. And then we've got some much needed rain, then some cooler air late weekend into the upcoming weekend. Those mid to high level clouds beginning to thicken up a bit just off to our northwest. That's ahead of that boundary that will be sliding eastward, of course, with the earlier sunset happening just within the last 5 to 10 minutes here. Bluegrass Pace Carrier Skyview HD Camera Network still hanging at 70. Note the southwest wind 10 to 15. I think winds will stay up a bit. We're dropping back into the upper 60s, low 70s up and down the I-75 corridor, and you see much of the region even now heading toward the early evening looking pretty good. There's your frontal boundary back to the northwest. Again, it's weak. There's not a lot of moisture streaming up from the Gulf of Mexico, but I think there's enough, obviously, for the clouds. They're already streaming in, but also we could see a passing shower, more so a few sprinkles around. You see a few little specks of green here and there tomorrow morning and throughout the day, but I think the bulk of the area will be dry, and with those winds out of the south-southwest, still looking at highs into the low 70s. Now the front will begin to arc back to the north as a warm front as this area of low pressure heads to the western Great Lakes by Wednesday. That really works to our advantage. Look at that, 80 degrees for a high. Breezy conditions, upper 70s to around 80. That's why that record here in Lexington is in jeopardy. Then the front comes through. That'll cool us down, but also it will provide some very beneficial rainfall. You see here on our extended outlook for later on in the week, some decent showers. And then on Friday, the bulk of these may be across southern southeast Kentucky. Given the forest fire situation there, to have that extra rain, that would be a good thing for sure. Not looking at a widespread moderate to heavy rain event. I mean, we could see a half inch, but localized areas, especially down south, could see a little bit more than that. We'll take all we can get. Abnormally dry there, but again, ongoing issues with forest fires. This is the time of the year for it, and the moderate drought up and down the I-75 corridor. Of course, Kentucky's Senior Day, final home game of the 2023 season, taking on Alabama. Noon kickoff. It'll be a little bit on the cool side, but good football weather and not too far off of average for this time of the year. Mostly cloudy, breezy, mild, upper 50s to around 60, 71 tomorrow. Partly to mostly cloudy skies, few sprinkles here and there, no big deal. Get out there and vote. And the extended forecast, you see the drop in temperatures, mainly down south with the rain on Friday. In addition to game day, Saturday is Veterans Day as well. Pretty decent weekend for November. Some sunshine, mid to upper 50s for afternoon highs.